Hi, this is Femina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me today I have three reigning queens to join me as I welcome them only on Zoom. First of all, lovely to have all of you, and congratulations on this victorious journey and
Thank
here
you.
on how the journey is going to unfold. Starting with you, Nikita. We are wearing the winning crown.
Yes.
How does it feel?
It feels like a dream. I am still pinching myself. I have not sunk in the feeling yet, but yes, talking to you and from being the contestant on Zoom TV, being featured as a contestant on Zoom TV to now being featured as a winner, I am sinking in the feeling.
And I have to ask you, how heavy is the crown?
It is very, very heavy when we talk about the weight, but it's really light at the heart.
Yeah.
It feels really light.
When you were on the stage, how did you feel when you were announced as the Miss India 2024?
Actually, I have been manifesting that moment since years. And when it actually happened, when I actually listened Madhya Pradesh, that was something, all I had in my mind was gratitude. I looked at the God, I joined my hands in gratitude, and the only thing I had in my mind was love for the people who made me win, because I just have my mama and papa as my audience. But eventually, दिन खत्म होते होते crowning moment तक, I could see in everybody's eyes. So when I took my final walk, I could see in everybody's eyes that they wanted me to win, and their support was with me. It was not just the Madhya Pradesh that was with me; it was the whole India sitting right there with me. So yeah, all I had was gratitude and love, and a lot of blessings from my fans.
But I have to ask you, Nikita, how did you convince your parents, to be a part of the world of pageantry? Not everyone agrees to it. Many a times our parents wants us to be, a doctor or an engineer. Coming to the world of glamour, they have a different, impression altogether. They feel like, probably their lives are very hectic, like that of an actress and all that. How did you convince your parents for this?
Actually, to be honest, I never had to convince my parents. My parents were already convinced that she is the person of stage, and she'll be on stage for her life. She loves stage. So they were welcoming for everything that I wanted to do in my life. Be it acting, be it anchoring, be it writing, be it directing, be it choosing to do my bachelor's in performing arts, which is very rare. Not everyone do that. So they have been open to all of my experiments since the start, and this time also they were really open and really supportive.
Moving to you, Aayushi, I've seen your Instagram account, and it's like an influencer's influencer taking place over there.
Yes.
And I must say that you already hold some expertise, in terms of you have worked in the world of acting also. You
Yes.
have done Gujarati movies, you have done songs over there.
Yes.
Then moving from there to beauty pageant, what made you take a turn like that?
I think I never had to take a turn, because beauty pageants, I would not say it's been a part of my life. It's been my life. I worked on stage since I was 10. My mother used to take me for Princess Baroda. So I've done it from a princess level to going to a teen level, and now coming as Femina Miss India. And I always say that being in front of the camera has been my happy place. And I just realized the fact that just by using your own abilities, be it your voice, be it your tech-savvy Instagram or your expressions, you have the power to influence so many minds and actions. And I love that about a person. And I want to exploit this opportunity and this potential that we have as individuals at my maximum. So be it through my acting, through my content creation or beauty pageants, my idea has always been to showcase my talents and influence others.
The most interesting part of your profile is you recreating certain songs.
Yes.
One such was the Chand Chupa one, wherein you all have dressed with the Chand Chupa thing, but you're actually doing Aankhon Ki Gustakiyan,
right.
and then Nagada Sang Dhol, and of course
Yes.
Lahu Mulagya, and that was quite good. Tell me what inspired you to try and do something like that?
For me, Instagram has always been a creative outlet, and I love recreating looks. Or I feel that till the time I don't think that there's always a right time or a right opportunity for something. You have to create those right opportunities for yourselves. And till the time I'm not getting the opportunity to fully showcase, maybe in a film or a music video, I'm creating it for myself. I feel like when you have the resources, when you have the talent, and I feel extremely supportive that people have really helped me to execute these programs, these videos. And I love Sanjay Leela Bhansali. I love larger than life production and videos. So yes, I love recreating them. Just में थोड़ा मसाला, थोड़ा नज़ाकत, थोड़ी expressions होती है. I think it's really fun, and I truly enjoy doing that.
Rekha, moving on to you.
Yes.
from the world behind the camera to the world, in front of the camera, how things have unfolded for you.
So, Femina Miss India was a dream. I was 8 years old when I read an article about Priyanka Chopra and how she is from Raebareli and she went on to win Miss India and then Miss World eventually. That article really inspired me, so I noted down all the qualities that are needed for Femina Miss India to be a Miss World as well. And slowly, steadily, over a period of my life, I started developing those qualities in me. I was always a stage person, so when I finally had to choose a degree to pursue, I went on with films and mass communication. And after that, I started working behind the camera, but this dream of becoming a Femina Miss India was always there. I auditioned last year as well, but didn't get through. I needed more training. I trained well, and I'm back with the crown.
And your name also kind of resonates with the world of
Rekha ji.
glamour and Bollywood.
Yes.
Rekha being inspiration for a
Yes.
lot of people out there, and she holds grace.
Yeah.
The story behind your name.
So when I was born, my father was told to name me within 5 minutes, and Rekha ji has been his favorite actress throughout his life. So instantly he was like Rekha, and that's how my name was kept.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
very commendable, I must say that. But Rekha, you also have association with, some women empowerment, campaigns. Now, when you come to Miss India, they already do a lot of things, which is associated with women empowerment. And that is what the pageantry holds, the vision for. It's more so, trying to empower women, in whatever field they are, and especially when they come to the world of glamour and pageantry, they try to empower you. Was that one of the reasons, probably, you thought of, switching to this side of the world?
Femina Miss India, I believe, has always believed in beauty with a purpose. And this year's also, we had, they have been working for cancer kids for a very long period of time. But this time, since women empowerment is needed, our beauty with purpose was related to raising funds for the women, specifically to train them, to skill them so that they can create a living for themselves. And I've been part of that. We have all raised, I think, 46 lakh in total.
Yes. That's
In
commendable.
total for the women empowerment thing.
Yeah. And how was the entire campaign for all three of you, when you're working on this? What was the on-field, experience, what you all hold with yourself as a memory?
It was like a roller coaster, I must say. It was really different from what we have heard and what people might think about pageantry. People think that it's about fashion, glamour, it's about competition, jealousy, and girls being competitive. But honestly, trust us, it was totally opposite. Because we were the one who were in the tight schedules. We were the only people who could understand each other's. And like, me having my girl gang around was the best gift, best rock I could ever have. So yeah, with the girls, with the everything new happening every day, getting to learn different things, and having new experience, meeting different people from like the best people of the industry. That was a experience which I don't think so I could have ever gotten out of this pageant. And I'm really thankful to Femina Miss India organization for conducting this for us. And 60th Femina Miss India was indeed the best version of it, I must say.
Recently, director Anees Bazmi, said about the pageantry world, especially for you three, that y'all are going to kind of rule just like Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Priyanka Chopra and Lara Datta. I have to ask y'all, how does it feel, knowing such a comment coming from someone who's done so many movies and he's such a renowned filmmaker in the world of glamour?
I hope universe manifests that for us.
Yeah.
I hope we say Saraswati उनके कंठ में विराजित हो, काश हुई हो उस वक्त पे और everything that he said happens.
I think someone who's well known in the industry, seeing potential in you, that just gives us a push that yes, we can work hard and yes, all the dreams that we have can be achieved. And that's really, I mean,
We are grateful for
Yeah,
it.
we are very
I think
grateful
it just
for it.
validates also the fact that beauty pageant is not just, about the journey does not end in those 20 or those 2 months. It's just the beginning. It's something that serves as a launch pad for you. And when industry stalwarts like him come and see us and identify talents like this, it's a great space for aspiring contestants, aspiring actors like us who really want to try, but sometimes they just need that one push, and Femina Miss India is there for us.
To all three of you, I have to ask this, especially when you say that you have come with your own journeys.
Right.
When you came on this path, what was the toughest challenge for you to navigate through while you were trying to make it big?
I think personally for me, the toughest challenge has been the uncertainty and the unpredictability part of beauty pageant. I've been into this field from a very long time, and I always thought that there was a particular kind of approach that I come with, but it's not the same. Every year it changes. Every year we have phenomenal women with their inspiring stories, and things change. But to have this steady mindset in an uncertain situation, I think it really makes you strong from inside, and it kind of measures your willpower. And I'm really glad that throughout the journey I was able to have the steady mindset of I will make it, I will make it. And because every day you're waking up with I don't know what's happening next, but that zeal and excitement to keep giving your best even when you don't know what's going to happen, I think it's the greatest challenge which I embraced, and I'm really happy that it ended in such a great path.
What about you, Nikita? What was the most challenging part?
I would really agree with Aayushi that it's unpredictability of the job that we are in. And I recently started getting work. I think God tests you the most when something good is about to happen. So when this pageant was about to happen, Miss India was about to happen, I was enrolled into Miss India. I was in the state finale, and I got a film from Netflix. And they were like, we need an answer in 1 week, and you figure it out yourself. And since I'm new into acting, I've just done one feature film, so I could not put my conditions that I will be able to do this, and if I say no, it's a no. So I had to say no for that, and there were other work opportunities also that I had to sacrifice for this, but I always knew that it is worth it. It is going to be worth it. Even if I don't win the crown, it is going to be worth it, because this is the journey I have been dreaming all my life. Not the crown, but the journey of Miss India. So anything for that.
But you, did you feel very bad because, of course, losing on a film on OTT to come to the world of glamour, and of course, as you said, uncertainty which is there. What if you would have not
I
just
did
for the
get
heck of it?
shivers when I finally rejected the offer, because it's not just me, it's my family, it's my friends who are also from so many years after me. Why are you not in films? Why don't we see you in TV shows? And why are you not visible? Why do you do theater is like jungle mein moh nacha kisne dekha. We want to see you in films, even though I feel fully wholesome and complete doing my acting in theater. But my parents and everybody, I wanted to do something for them, because they can also boast about me that our girl is in that TV show and that film. I wanted to do that as soon as possible. But again, my parents were like, Nikita, we believe in you. We know that you have the potential, and films will come again to you, but this opportunity will not come after some years. This is once in a lifetime opportunity. You should not miss out on that. So my parents gave me courage at that time, and it was a difficult decision to make, but it's worth it.
I don't think she has any regrets. She has the crown, and she's on the journey to the most prestigious platform. And
now I'm sure, they will approach you again, with some other role. I'm
now
sure.
I can put my conditions.
Yeah, of course. Moving on to you, what was the most challenging part of
For me, it's like a 360-degree turn altogether. Every experience, every day was new, with new challenges. I think working on both sides is like an entire different thing. Being a nerdy girl, sitting in the PCR room for 12 hours, and then suddenly being in front of camera, all glammed up, you have to take care of your hair, your makeup. I've learned so much. I've transformed in past 30 days.
And have you tried your hand on trying to groom someone versus grooming your own self?
Yes, I even before coming to the pageant, I got done with my pageant grooming, but it was like a year back. So, even doing the smallest thing, even doing your makeup. I remember the very first day my makeup was bizarre. I went to all of them and they were like, you need to correct this, you need to correct this, you need to correct this and all that. But I think on the day 30th, my makeup was absolutely perfect. I learned it, and it's the smallest thing that you learn. And I think eventually in the journey I've transformed completely. I'm ready to do both the sides.
Nikita, your crown becomes more heavier also because you have been the Sita in the play, and that holds a lot of integrity and a lot of power when it comes to playing a role like that. If you could tell us something about that journey of yours, that side of your life.
Well, what I'm going to talk now, that is really, really close to my heart, all unfiltered and all coming straight from my heart. Because Sita was the first character, which I don't like putting it as character, but just for the sake of conversation, I have to. So she was the first character I played in theatre. I just did that character because it was a lead character, and I was happy because it was a lead character, and that was it. I was not connected to the story behind it, and to the character and the roots and the values behind it. But I have been doing that character from like 5 years now, and in Ramleela. So Ramleela is something which has like around 10,000, 12,000 of audience, and I should not call them audience. They are actually the believers of God. So I have seen people coming with aartis in their hands, waiting for like 2-3 hours for the show to start, and they keep waiting for me when I like step out from stage. Even after my character is done, they sometimes कभी उनके बच्चे को लाके गोद में दे देते हैं कि प्लीज़ इसका नाम रख दो, कभी पैरों में लाके रख देते हैं, प्रसाद लाके रख देते हैं. People, I have seen the faith in its purest form, and that is the best thing that I have seen in the world, and that has taught me so much about love for God, belief and faith. And I think faith is something that has no logic in it. It's okay if your God has features, if your God has a face, it's okay if it doesn't have any logic, but the faith in its purest form is the biggest power you can have, and Sita has taught me that.
Yeah. And your love for animals is also very well known.
Yeah.
You have also been associated with it, you know.
Yeah.
And if you could tell something about that, throw us some light on those lines.
So since my childhood, my mother has inculcated this thing in me. हमारे घर में जब भी खाना बनता है तो एक रोटी गाय की निकलती है, एक रोटी कुत्ते के लिए निकालते हैं. This is the ritual in almost all the families, I think. तो वहीं से I used to be the one कि नहीं मैं देने जाऊँगी, मैं खिलाने जाऊँगी, not because कि देना होता है रोज़, but because मुझे खिला के उनको टच करना होता था. So this used to be my thing since my childhood. When I was in 6th class, I actually adopted a dog, a puppy who was on the streets, and उसका accident हो जाता है. मेरी स्कूल बस से, छोटा सा पपी होता है, मेरे पीछे पीछे आ रहा होता है. मैं स्कूल बस में अपनी चढ़ रही होती है और बस उस पर चढ़ जाती है, उसका एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है. पूरा टाइम स्कूल में आई वॉज थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट पपी, एंड व्हेन आई कम बैक होम, मेरी मम्मा ने उसको फॉस्टर कर लिया होता है फॉर अ वाइल, बिकॉज डॉग्स एंड कैट्स वर स्ट्रिक्टली नॉट अलाउड इन माई होम. मम्मा फॉस्टर्ड हर फॉर अ वाइल, and this is how, like, for 1 week, 10 days she was in our place, and then we could not just get separated from her. We could not just keep her apart. And we named her Roadie.
Okay.
So from that,
I like the name Roadie.
Yeah, because she was from the actually it was Aishwarya Rai Porwal. I did not know.
Oh goodness. Okay.
I did not know this. I did not know about the show Roadies before, but it was Aishwarya, and then my friends were like, "Nika, don't be so typical. Name her Roadie at least. How will you call her Aishwarya? Come here."
Yeah.
So yeah, I named her Roadie, and from that, I have started to develop a website on which, kind of an app on which, it is like a Bumble website where you can find your perfect match. Like if I want to adopt an pet near her vicinity, for example, she has put in some pictures of the puppies in her vicinity. So I'll find my perfect match in some location and I'll ask her to meet, and we'll go on a date with that puppy. So this is how this app is going to work, and I'm soon going to release it. It will be named Roadies.
I'm liking the fact that matchmaking abhi animals ke liye seriously ली जा रही है. I mean,
I'm really serious about animal adoptions because I think जो breed वाले dogs होते हैं या cats होती हैं, उनके लिए there are already caretakers, but those who are on the streets, they really have a miserable life, and that really breaks my heart to see them suffering on the streets and ending their lives on the streets. So I think that would be my cause for life.
to all three, how the upbringing has been for you over the years, you know, especially when you have come to a different world. When I say different world, it's not like it's, you know, chaotic or it's not bad or as such. But of course, it's very hectic also, you know. It puts a lot of weight on you, you know, pressures, you know, dealing with a certain audience. Versus the upbringing, has it been completely different, you know, how it has been? I really want to know on that. Especially your association with your sister, you know, the one who has led you through.
So I come from a family of doctors. My father is a doctor and my mom is a clinical researcher who's turned into a fashion designer and an artist. So I think I've always got the perfect blend of academic excellence, at the same time my love for performing arts. And both my parents have given us a very humble and a very encouraging environment to both me and my sister. And what they've always taught us is to do what you love and love what you do. So at times there are opportunities that, or maybe situations when you're put into when things don't go your way, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to love what you do. So they've always taught us that do what you love and love what you do. And my upbringing has always been in a way that give your best and leave the rest. There's one line that my father always says, and I would love to quote it, is that The 3 P's, patience, persistence and perseverance, will lead you to the 3 O's of life. It's in Gujarati, which says Ullas, Umang and Utsa. That means joy, happiness and satisfaction. So that's the mantra of my life, that anything and everything that I take up, be it my social media, my acting, my pageants, or even just every single day, it goes on with patience, persistence and perseverance.
What about you, Nikita?
So I have been brought up in the city of Ujjain, very humble and very simple city. Not many people there dream of coming to entertainment industry. Not many. I guess I'm the only one who has come for the Miss India pageant ever in the entire 60 years. So my family has always been, they were the people who never knew modern terminologies like feminism and women empowerment and equality. They are very simple people, my parents, but they always made sure that it is being practiced with me. I remember I have one brother and one sister, so we were all treated very equally. In fact, I feel pity for my brother because because we were always on the privileged side, me and my sister, being girls, and there were certain practices involved regarding. For example, periods में हमारे यहाँ पे kitchen में enter करना is not allowed, which is kind of, you know, opposite to my feministic thinking. But my parents and my dadu, my brother and my father always made sure that it is a happy practice for us. So I remember whenever I used to come from school, my father used to massage my feet because he knew कि ये थक गई होगी, इसके periods चल रहे हैं. Yeah, my brother was also very, very courteous during those days. Otherwise, my brother is a real disaster. Okay. And my dadaji especially, he used to feed me. He used to serve me plate because I could not go into the kitchen. So he used to serve me plate because practice is practice. And so this is how with love we were able to blend the roots and the modernity both with love. So I've always learned that love is something which can equalize everything. Even if there is something which does not resonate with your values, with love you will always be able to overcome everything and make peace with everything. Yeah.
What about you?
For me, now that you've asked this question, it reminds me of a conversation that I had with my mom after I won the state title. I was here in Bombay. It's been 6 months since I met my parents, and if you're watching this, I really miss you, Mama, Papa. So I was having a conversation where I told her that, okay, I've won the state title finally, and I'm going for the 30-day journey. And she told me this one thing that really stayed with me, and it was that with me, because of me, she has grown.
Oh, wow. That's a compliment. That's a huge compliment, like coming from parent actually.
So I think more than them bringing me up, it has been like a collaboration. It's been like I sitting with them for hours and hours and explaining them what this generation is all about, what is feminism all about, what am I going to do in future, and how I look at it and why I want to pursue it. And the way they have supported me and the way she has grown up with me, I think that's the most beautiful part of mothers, I think. They grow so much with us, and she's not educated, but her determination to learn and accept what is happening in today's world. She's always like, my generation had this thing, that's why I followed it. Now your generation has this, now you have to go after your dreams. That's the kind of support that I've gotten from them.
And I think that's the best thing about mothers, you know, they really adopt these qualities. And that brings me to a very important question that, you know, as we talk about feminism, as we talk about, you know, not trying to smash patriarchy, but trying to, you know, inculcate matriarchy as well, you know, trying to inculcate feminism in that. What is that one thing which you really wish to, you know, bring a change, you know, back at your home, which you feel like, you know, as we are progressing as a nation, as a country, which will really hold for long?
There's one particular change that I would really want to address. But before that, everything begins with safety. With the kind of most pressing issues that we are having in our country has to be women's safety. And as Mahatma Gandhi once said, till the time a woman is not able to walk freely, we are not an independent country. So despite our advances and our nation's development, if a woman doesn't feel safe, then I don't think we can progress as a country. But I would really want that in order to get us that safety and security, women need to take those long and strong strides in corporate, especially when it comes to the job role or the gender pay disparity. I understand that there are many factors that pull women down to get into the professional world, but we have that inner strength, and now today's modern woman knows how to balance both the things. So one thing that I would really want to change is women's safety and the gender equality when it comes to corporate world.
What about you?
Yes, I also think that safety is the bare minimum we can provide to any woman, and especially women. But it's also about the quality of life they lead. It's not just about हमने हमारी बहू बेटियों को घर में सेफ रख लिया है. They are protected. It's not just about. It's about their happiness as well. It's about how they are living their life as well, and it's about, are they having enough moments of time with themselves? Are we giving them enough time to even look at their hands that they have worked so much with? So when I look at my mama, I always think that it's not about if she is safe in her home, it's about if she is happy in my place. And I think if women in the homes are happy, wherever women are happy, it's the best country.
I would like to create awareness about the term feminism. I think it's perceived in a very wrong way. Feminism is not about trying to make women strong. Women are already strong. We just want to change the way the society perceives the strength that women have. And it's not a fight against men. Of course, it's a fight against the patriarchal mindset the society have, and feminism does include men, and men need to know that it includes them, and we want them to stand up for us. You know, we want them to understand where we are coming from, and that's the one thing that I would really like to create awareness about, and including men in the conversation about women empowerment. I think we can create workshops where men who support equality can come forward and explain other men what is it all about. I think that's where we can create the change.
And as you all said, like, and of course, the terms what you're talking about, be it feminism, be it, women empowerment, be it women's safety, the very important thing what Aayushi also said is the pay disparity, which still continues. And I feel that, it's not like women are not giving their best, They are trying to exceed in every different, verticals they're working. Do you feel...
Even in the empowered spheres, it is there.
Exactly. Do you feel that, that limit what they keep on trying to impose on, or say maybe it could be age barrier which they try to impose on, or say probably we expect a certain thing only out of you, and that is what what we are serving. That needs quite a transformation which is taking quite a time.
Right. Because I feel very strongly when it comes to financial stability, because at 16 when I received my first paycheck, it was of 2,000 rupees, but the kind of empowerment and independence it makes you feel, that's when I know that I can live life on my own terms. And when we talk about women should have the strength and the freedom to lead their life and be the creator of their own destiny, it begins with being financially independent. And sometimes there are societal factors, but we women also, we let it happen. Why do we let that happen? When we are doing the same role as anybody else, and we are giving the same amount of time, effort, we should be deserved to get equal pay.
That's true.
And we don't get discounts if we go shopping, if we go grocery shop. We have to pay the equal bills for literally everything.
Exactly.
So why don't we get the equal payment from the jobs that we do?
As a society, we are leading there. Like BCCI announcing equal pay for both men and women is a big example of we are leading that way, but we have a long way to go.
And don't you also feel that the biggest change what we see this year is the statute changing, by the Supreme Court, which is the Insaf Ka Tarazu, which has changed to women, right now. It's a women's statute right now, and it's not covered. So which also means like they are not going to spare the kind of crimes taking place. Don't you feel maybe, in a very subtle manner, changes are happening in the country?
It's a very momentous decision, and especially as somebody who comes from the field of media and communication, I feel the way media perceives and the immense power that we have to shape the public opinion and convey this message, it goes really well with how public is going to take that, and it will just motivate others in such a way that, okay, somebody at such a high authority which makes laws and it governs us as a society is taking that step. We at our citizen level, at the most individual level, can bring about a huge change.
Moving on to you, Nikita, you had also written Krishna Leela and you have been into script writing. So I really want to know what was it like writing Krishna Leela and what the story was for you. Because Krishna, we all know, we know him for the love of a lot of gopis, but we also know him for the love of Radha. So tell me more on that.
Well, I think before when I wrote Krishna Leela, I had the similar kind of mentality. I just wrote it for the sake because I was doing the character of Radha in it, and I did not like the dialogues. When I read the script, I was like, no, these dialogues are not good enough, and I'm more into dialogue writing. So then I was challenged by the team that, okay, if you don't like the dialogues, then you write the dialogues. So yeah, I took that challenge and I completed that 250, 360. There are, it's actually 5 to 6 day Krishna Leela. So it is divided into 250 to 350 pages. So I completed that in 18, 20 days. And for that I had to read the entire Purans, which we talk about, the Srimad Bhagavat Puran and Brahma Vaivarta Puran. And when I like used to read for 8 to 10 hours a day and write 16, 18 pages a day. And this is how I managed to complete it. But during the writing of Krishna Leela, I realized that it's not just the, when we are talking about Lord Krishna, he was not a human on the planet like us. When we talk about him, like other gopis falling in love with him, then he was the one who could literally, you know, जो अपनी एक सबसे छोटी उंगली से भी एक पहाड़ उठा सकते थे, वो थे जो अपने एक बांसुरी घुमाते थे एंड टाइम स्टॉप हो जाता था, वो थे. So how can you not fall in love with Krishna? I mean, after that, after like completing the Leela and doing the character, writing everything, it really took me like 1 to 2 months to really get out of that love for Krishna. So I'm not amazed if million or 16,000 or whatever, जितनी भी रानियाँ या जो थी वो उनके प्यार में थी, तो there was a reason behind it. Krishna is something which will make you fall in love, because बाकी भगवान में क्या होता है, बाकी जो हमारे शिव जी है वो आपको पास बुलाते हैं तो they give you.
Also, he tries to heals you a lot. You know, if you go with the power of Shivji versus the power of Krishna, it's more so on love versus healing.
So they'll, when you'll go to them, they'll give you what you want. If आप उनसे मांगोगे, मैं महाकाल बाबा से मांग के आई थी कि मुझे क्राउन चाहिए, उन्होंने दिया. मैंने कृष्ण भगवान से नहीं मांगा, मुझे पता है वो ऐसे कि ही इज़ लाइक कि तुम्हें क्या, वो आप उनके पास जाओगे आप सब ले लेंगे वो आपसे. वो सिर्फ आपका प्यार रखेंगे. मतलब if you really want to be connected to God, then you really have to get rid of all these materialistic pleasures. That's why I got disconnected with Krishna, because I want to live the materialistic pleasures. So I was like, भगवान मैं आती हूँ, बाद में आती हूँ. अभी मुझे let me live my life, because that was getting too deep in my mind. But yeah, writing the Krishna Leela has been a different experience in my life, and playing the character of Radha has been a different experience altogether. I'm glad that it happened in my life. It has changed a lot about my life.
Well, on that note, before I let all of you go, I really wish to know one of the role models, which you really look up to. It could be a character from the world of, Bollywood or entertainment or any as such, or it could be from, family you look up to, who has inspired you throughout this journey when you wanted to be a part of the world of pageant.
I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us will have the same answer when we say our mothers to begin with, that they have been such a huge inspiration. But right before I came for the pageant, I met the queen of my city, Vadodara, Radhika Raje, and I feel that she is the epitome of modern Indian woman. I come from a Sanskari Nagari of Gujarat, and we hold a lot of pride and we preserve our culture. And she has done immense work when it comes to not only supporting women but all genders. We have a cafe which is run by the LGBTQ community. We hold the world's largest inclusive Garba festival every single year. And the kind of, she has a trust that gives funds, raises awareness about medical vaccines. So women at that stature able to bring everybody together and make a change, I think that truly inspires me, that it's not always about, you have the position, but till the time you don't have the willpower and the vision to bring about a change, it's futile. And for her to be able to do that, I really look up to
In
her.
fact, the most interesting part, which I'm aware about Vadodara, is also they also have this, which is where they talk about periods.
Yes.
They have campaigns around it,
Yeah.
and one of my sisters is associated with it.
Right.
She's heading it basically.
Great.
So I really want to know more on that, and how Vadodara is trying to do.
I recently also attended a period party. So the entire vision about it is that to have fun and like have a normalized conversation about it. And the period party was attended by everyone. Like it was not just centric to women, but also men. And people came up and they shared their first period stories, just to break that the taboo behind it, that we cannot talk about it or something like that. And now it's really become such an open conversation. We also have vending machines all over the schools or colleges or even public places. So in a way, that's what I really like about my city, that we are so open to change and we are ready to accept it without leaving our values. So it's being traditional at heart, but we are totally global in spirit.
What about you, Nikita?
It is any day going to be my mama only, because I've seen that woman since my childhood, and she has never been the same that she has been with me in past few years since I started my journey in acting and creative fields. So she is from a village, so she did not know how to travel by her own, and she was always like, Papa jayenge to main aa jaungi, Papa ke sath. But I could not take Papa and Mummy both to be with in pageants and in my shoots. So but she realized that I needed her, and that's why she pushed her boundaries like anything. If people say that I have like come from a small town and done this, that, no, it's my mama who came from a village, and now like this day also on my arrival also, she came all by herself, because arrival पे भी इनको मेरे साथ होना था, उनको लास्ट तक मुझे देखना था, जब तक मैं होटल में अपने रूम तक चेक इन में, तब तक उनको मेरे साथ रहना था. उसके बाद since we were not allowed, तो वो नहीं थी. So this is how the support has been given to me by my mama, and I have seen her going beyond her limits, beyond anyone's limit to help me, not just in like helping me with my makeup and stuff, but with her prayers also. I could see from the stage in the finale, she was like this throughout. She was like this, okay, kya chal raha hai, and this, like, kya chal raha hai, and this. I was so much sure that the finale ki agar meri mama वहाँ बैठ के अगर ऐसे pray कर रही ना, my father was like all the hands in the air, but my mama was still thanking the God. She's that humble to the ground, and that's what makes me feel that she is my role model of life. And if I could just be 1% of what she is, my life would be heaven.
For me, I think when you wake up in the morning and you look at the mirror and you look beyond, that's where I feel you achieve the true contentment. And I think Ratan Tata has been able to do that very nicely. He has been able to look beyond his personal establishment and serve the society in the most beautiful, philanthropical manner. And I think this ideology is what gives one true contentment and recognition that lasts in people's souls forever. So my inspiration and role model has always been Ratan Tata.
I think he's an inspiration for a lot of people out here.
Yeah.
But Nikita, coming to you, if you had to take away one thing, in your village, which you really feel that could completely change the game over there, or say, uproot certain, things which, or probably, the beliefs, in case it could be beliefs or it could be something, structurizing something, which one would it be and why?
I think it would be the awareness of what's going around the world, because people in my town are really humble. They're really simple. If you'll come Ujjain and if you'll ask कि भैया मुझे वो रास्ता बता दो, वो आपको घर छोड़ के आएंगे. I'm sure of that. They're that simple and helpful. But I think they really need to move out of their छोटा town वाला mentality, and they need to broaden their horizons at what's going on in the world. Because when I became the Miss India Madhya Pradesh, they did not know what was it. They just knew कि हमारे शहर की बेटी कुछ बनी है, and we'll support her in that. But I would have been more glad if they knew the credibility and value of the platform I was in. So that is something which is lacking, and that is anyway developing also. With development and with growth, I think people there are, with youth moving and migrating out, I think they are bringing all those texture back in Ujjain. But yeah, that is one thing I would love to add. Otherwise, our place is simply really sweet and sweet to live and just be there.
And will you now move on to the world of Bollywood you're on after, of course you also have other journey, which is the Miss World journey. So I really want to know about both the parts of it.
I really want to see myself as an actor in Bollywood, but only at a cost that it does not hamper my world journey, because right now I just don't, acting is just for me, it's for my passion and for my love for stage. But being here, being in the position of Femina Miss India World 2024, I think it's my responsibility to give my 100% to world and do not leave any stone unturned in that. So if ever any opportunity comes in my way, I would welcome it with my whole heart. But if it is, clashing with my schedules or my training or my plans for Miss World, I won't let that happen ever.
Yeah. So, as you said, you, of course, you want to get into the world of Bollywood. I wanted to say one thing, which is you kind of resonate with how Aishwarya Rai Bachchan started off, her journey in Miss India. Because when she was approached for Miss India, she also had to let go of the opportunity of working with Amir Khan in a movie, which was Raja Hindustani, I think, that time. And she had come over here. And you also let go of one of the OTT projects. Do you see your journey, kind of carving to any of these personalities you have seen, who has gone from you?
I totally resonate with Aishwarya Rai Bachchan ma'am's values because she is that urban modern woman and she is an absolute beauty. Not just a beauty but a beauty with purpose, a real beauty with brains. So when she represents India on the bigger platforms, on the world stage, I have always seen her staying rooted to her values. She never lets that desi Aishwarya let go of her soul. She always brings India to the table. She always shows how humble, how cultural of a country India is. And this is what I love about Aishwarya ma'am because, and I think I'll be able to, I hope I'll be able to like put myself in her shoes and bring that side of India to the table and be that urban modern woman with this light of rootedness in it.
And as Nikita has revealed her journey, I would like to know from both of you, what are you pursuing after this?
I think right now, firstly, I do want to sink in this feeling of being the face of India and being the Femina Miss India, one of the trial winners, because this is something that every girl dreams of. And to be able to achieve this feat, sometimes you also deserve a pat on your back and take time to yourself. But I also know for a fact that this opportunity, this platform comes with a plethora of opportunities, and I do not want to shy away from it. My love lies in being in front of the camera, and I love to meet and interact with people every single day, talk to them. And I feel that television is the best place for that. So be it through hosting, be it through my acting, or be it through content creation journey, I really wish to pursue on that side.
What about you?
For me, I've recently realized that I have a lot of love for audience. Even when I was working behind the camera, there was a lot of love for audience, and now that I'm in front of it, I'm getting a lot of love from audience. I want to continue to chase that going forward. I want to explore the option of acting, but I would like to train myself first into it. And I'm a big Imtiaz Ali fan, so manifesting that.
Okay, well, lovely to know your manifestations, and I think that is what has got all of you here.
Yes.
If you wouldn't have manifest, to come to the world of pageantry, I don't think so it would have been possible. But lovely chatting with all of you and knowing, the stories from you and, connecting with you all with women empowerment messages, and it was lovely interacting, and all the very best for your journey you're on. Thank you so much, my lovely.
so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.